I walked into a time with no label, no past that could follow me in. I left my old voice at the doorway, stepped into quiet again. There were days I forgot who I was, and nights I refused who I'd been. Not lost, not found, just becoming somewhere in the space between. No one called me by anything, no title, no role to play. I was free from the weight of explanation, free from what I used to say. The season had no direction, no map I could recognize, just a slow removal of layers and a new way to see with my eyes. I learned to sit with the unknown without trying to run or decide. I learned that silence is fertile when you stop asking it to reply. In the absence of mirrors and meaning, I felt my edges dissolve. The man I was stopped defending himself, and the truth began to evolve. This is the season between names, where the old falls away and the future waits patiently for me to finish this phase. I moved without being introduced, I existed without being seen, and every breath felt like shedding what I thought I needed to be. The noise faded into distance, the pressure lost its grip. I stopped caring about expectations and let them quietly slip. Some days felt heavy and empty, some nights felt open and wide. But even the ache had a purpose, it was making room inside. This season asked nothing from me but honesty, breath, and time. It stripped me down to the essential and taught me to climb without a line. Now I feel something forming, not a name but a shape, a calm that doesn't need permission, a strength that no longer waits. The season between names is ending, I can feel the ground return, and when I speak again, it will be steady from everything I had to unlearn. I won't explain where I've been, I won't define what I found. I lived in the space between identities, and that silence was the sound.
I learned to move when the world was sleeping, when the noise faded and the lights went low. Every step I took had no witnesses, just the sound of my breath and the cold of the floor. I didn't leave in anger or in weakness, didn't vanish, trying to escape the pain. I stepped away to hear my own thoughts, to build something real that would remain. In the quiet I found the way to purpose. In the stillness I found my name. No one saw the nights I carried stone by stone. No one felt the fire I trained in. These walls were raised in silence, yeah. These roots were grown in the dark. I mixed patience with the hours and turned the doubt into art. No applause, no open doors, no hands reaching out to pull me through. Just discipline, just repetition, just a promise I made to me and you. I woke before the sun remembered me. I worked while the world was dreaming. Every scar became a blueprint, every loss became a reason. The ground was cold, the days were long, but I learned to stand alone. When nothing moved and no one called, I learned how to carry my own throne. These walls were raised in silence, yes. These roots were grown in the dark. I laid my strength beneath the surface and trusted the unseen part. I didn't need to be understood, I didn't need to be seen. I was shaping the man I would become, in places I had never been. Now when I speak, my voice is steady. Now when I walk, the ground responds, because the weight I learned to carry is what makes me unbreakable now. If you wonder where I disappeared, if you thought I was lost in time, no, I was building silent foundations, so my future wouldn't decline. I return with no explanation, no need to justify my name. The work was done in the hidden season, and the silence is what remains.
There was a time I waited for someone to notice my work, to validate the hours I spent in the dirt. But silence taught me something that noise never could. That growth happens faster when no one is looking for good. I didn't need to be seen to become what I am. I didn't need approval to follow my plan. The quiet became protection from opinions and doubt. I learned to build uninterrupted without letting the world in and out. I moved freely in
liberty, and that freedom was real. No pressure to impress, just effort I could feel. I didn't need to be seen, stay disciplined. I needed silence to hear myself within. Because a man I became alone is the man that remains. Alone was the teacher. I didn't learn it from a voice, I didn't learn it from a hand. The lessons came in silence when no one would understand. There were days without direction, nights without reply, only the echo of my footsteps and the questions in my mind. Alone became the classroom, stillness was the guide. Every thought I couldn't escape was a place I had to hide. I sat with what I avoided, I listened to what I feared, and slowly the noise inside me began to disappear. Alone was the teacher, patient and severe. It showed me what was real when nothing else was near. It taught me how to wait without needing to be saved, how to carry unfinished answers and still remain brave. I learned that time reveals everything when you stop trying to rush. The clarity grows in quiet spaces where no one dares to touch. I learned my limits by reaching them, my strength by staying still, my truth by letting silence say what words never will. Alone was a teacher, it never raised his voice, it simply took away the noise until I heard my choice. It stripped me of distractions, of borrowed dreams and plans, and gave me back my own direction. steady open hand. Some days felt heavy and endless, some nights too wide to sleep. But every empty hour was planting something deep. Now I move with calm intention. I speak when it is right. I don't fear the empty spaces, oh, the absence of light, because I know what lives there. I know what silence brings. It builds the strongest foundation for the quietest things. Alone was a teacher, and the lesson still remains. That peace is not found in company, but in mastering your own terrain. And if I ever walk alone again, I won't ask you to leave. I'll listen for the wisdom that only silence can teach.
The silence that rebuilt me, it wasn't a sign. It was a long, quiet season that rewired my mind. Silence took me apart slowly, layer by layer, day by day. Not to destroy who I was, but to clear the way. I faced every thought I avoided, every fear I would hide, and stay with the discomfort until it lost its pride. Where I bent too fast, where I carried old stories that were never meant to last. I stopped filling the spaces, stopped running from stillness, and the quiet revealed my direction, my fitness. Now I move with clarity that noise never gave, because silence didn't distract me, it taught me to be brave. The silence that rebuilt me still walks at my side, not as emptiness now, but as strength I can I'm standing in a season no one sees,
no markers on the wall. Time moves differently here, like it's listening to my fall. My back is open to the weight of everything I've carried. No armor, no disguise, no story to be married. This hidden season asks for truth, not comfort, not control. It asks me to feel every step, all the way down to my soul. I've been, but I didn't break. I leaned into the strain and learned that pain is only pressure trying to rearrange. Hidden season, open spine, I stand without defense. Every breath a quiet promise, every scar makes sense. I stopped protecting old versions, stopped holding borrowed pride. I let the past fall off my shoulders and the future walk beside. There were days I shook with doubt, nights I couldn't sleep, but I stayed upright in the silence, and the silence stayed with me. I learned that strength isn't stiffness, it's the courage to stay aligned, to hold your posture in the storm without closing your mind. Hidden season, open spine, I let the pressure pass. I trusted that the bending was shaping something that would last. No one sees the posture forming, no one feels the shift, but I walk taller every morning, cause I've accepted the lift. The season stripped me slowly until only truth remained, and what was left stood straighter without needing to explain. I don't need to be witnessed, I don't need to be strong. I just keep my spine open and my direction long, because the body remembers honesty even when the mind forgets. And alignment is built in silence through patience and resets. Hidden season, open spine, I move with steady grace. Every step is self-supported, every breath is placed, and when the season ends quietly, as all real seasons do, I'll walk out standing taller, not because I grew louder, but because I stayed true. The man I'm becoming won't be loud. I used to speak to be heard, to fill the space with sound, to prove I was becoming something while I was still breaking down. Now my words come slower and my silence feels complete. I've learned that strength doesn't announce itself when it finally takes a seat. The man I'm becoming won't be loud. He won't need to explain. His presence will do the talking without defending his name. I've traded noise for precision, I've traded speed for control, I've traded reaction for patience, and confusion for a soul. I don't rush to be understood, I don't fight to be seen. I walk with steady intention and let the distance in between. There's a calm in my decisions that didn't exist before, because I've carried chaos quietly and I don't need it anymore. The man I'm becoming won't be loud, won't be loud, won't be loud. He won't chase the light, he'll stand where he's needed and let it lead. even in the work I do in solitude. I've learned that power whispers and confidence stays still. That real authority comes from discipline, not from bending others' will. I don't argue with the past, I don't beg the future to wait. I move forward with alignment and let time seal my faith. The man I'm becoming won't be loud, but he'll be hard to move, rooted in calm intention and steady in what he proves. When I speak it will be necessary, when I act it will be clean, because I've lived in the quiet long enough to know what silence means. And if the world expects noise to measure who I am, they'll miss the quiet gravity of the way I stand. The man I'm becoming won't be loud, and that's how I know it's real. Because everything that lasts doesn't need to reveal. Won't be love. Won't be love. Won't be love. Winter stayed longer for me. The cold didn't leave when it should have. The light came late each day. I watched the world move forward while I stayed in place. They spoke of new beginnings, of warmth and open doors, but my morning still was silence, and my nights asked for more. Winter stayed longer, me, not as punishment or blame, but as a place where patience grew and nothing stayed the same. I learned to walk without warmth, to breathe in air that burned, to wait without knowing when anything would turn. The trees were bare like mirrors, showing me what I lacked. Every branch was empty space that forced me to look back, but in that stillness I found strength that heat had never taught. I learned to hold my ground alone and stand inside the frost. Winter stayed longer for me, so I could learn to stay. When comfort fades and silence comes and there's no easy way, I built fires no one noticed, kept them deep inside. Small sparks of discipline that kept me alive. Some nights I felt forgotten, some days felt far too slow, but roots were growing quietly where no one else would go. The snow covered all my progress like nothing had been done, but I trusted what was happening beneath the frozen ground. Winter stayed longer for me, and I stopped asking why. I learned that seasons listen when you stop trying to fight. Now I feel the ground softening, the air begins to change, but I carry winter in my bones and I'm not afraid, because when warmth finally reaches me, it will find me standing tall. I won't melt under comfort. I've learned to hold it all. Winter stayed longer for me, and I'm grateful for the time. It shaped my breath, my patience, and the strength I now define. And when the spring finally arrives, it won't be a surprise. It was built in every silent day. I survived. I built this in the dark. I built this in the dark, where no maps ever worked, where instinct was the only light, and doubt was always first. I learned to trust the silence when nothing made sense, to place each step with patience, without proof of what came next. The dark became my workshop, my refuge and my test. Every failure was a measurement, every loss a lesson pressed. I work with broken vision, with tired hands and faith. I'll shape my future slowly from pieces of my days. I built this in the dark, when no one called my name, when the world was somewhere else, and I remained the same. I didn't wait for clarity, I didn't wait for signs. I moved with incomplete answers and built between the lines. The nights were long and heavy, the morning sharp and cold, but each decision made in silence was turning weak to bold. I learned to feel the structure before I saw the frame, to sense the weight it could carry before it had a name. I built this in the dark, not knowing if it would stand, but knowing I would fall apart if I didn't use my hand. The world will see the outline when the light finally arrives, but it won't know the hours that kept this thing alive. They'll say it looks effortless, they'll say it came out clean. They won't feel the darkness that taught me how to see. I built this in the dark, and now the shape is real. It holds my past behind me and my future at the wheel. I don't need to explain it, I don't need to be loud. The structure speaks in silence, and that's enough now. Because anything but in the dark learns how to stand alone. It doesn't need permission to become what it's grown. And even if the light fades again, I know exactly where to start. I'll build it all again if needed, because I learned in the dark. When no one is watching, I move different when the room is empty, when the air is still and the doors are closed. There's no performance in the silence, just the truth of what my heart knows. No mirrors, no eyes to measure, no voices telling me who to be. Only the rhythm of quiet effort and the weight of responsibility. I build in hours that don't exist, in moments no one will remember. I water seeds with discipline through the coldest nights of winter when no one is watching. I become what I need to be. I break the habits that hold me back and shape the man I'll finally see. I fall, I rise, I learn again without applause or sound. Every failure turns into knowledge when no one is around. I speak less, I listen deeper, I hear the cracks inside my mind, and instead of running from them, I stay until I realign. There's a strength in doing things unseen, and carrying weight alone, and choosing growth over comfort, and building a future that's my own when no one is watching. I practice patience and control. I trade the noise for clarity and train the focus of my soul. No shortcuts, no easy exits, no borrowed light to guide my way. Just small decisions repeated that quietly change my days. I wake before doubt can speak, I move before fear can grow. I honor the work I do in secret, because that's where the real ones go. The world will see the outcome, but not the nights I pay the price. They'll see the calm, not the chaos. They'll see the truth, not the sacrifice. When no one is watching, I choose who I will become, and every silent action brings me closer to what's to come. So let them look when I'm ready, let them ask how I arrived. I was building in the shadows, learning how to stay alive when no one is watching. When the foundation forms and the man you see tomorrow is born in these silent stones.
No witness to the fire, it burned where no one could see it. No smoke, no open flame, just a quiet heat in my chest, calling out my name. I carried it through the silence, through nights that never spoke. A fire that did destroy me, but stripped me down to the bone. There were no hands to hold me, no eyes to confirm the pain, just the echo of my breathing and the weight of what remained. I learned to stand inside it without asking for relief. I let the heat reshape me instead of turning it into greed. No witness to the fire, no proof of what it caused, but everything I became was paid for by what I lost. It burned through old intentions, through fear I couldn't hide. It melted every excuse I used to run from what was inside. Some nights it felt endless, like it would never rest, but each wave of heat was carving something stronger in my chest. I stopped asking why it came, I stopped asking when it ends. I learned that transformation doesn't need to be explained. No witness to the fire, no record of the flame, but I walk with steady steps now, and I'm not the same. The world sees only calm waters, only silence in my tone. They don't see the furnace that taught me how to stand alone. I don't speak of the burning, I don't wear it like a scar, because fire that changes you doesn't need to leave a mark. It taught me how to stay present when everything fell apart, how to hold myself together when the heat reached my heart. No witness to the fire, but the ashes know my name. They rest beneath my footsteps, a reminder of the change. And if it ever comes again, I won't ask it to be kind. I'll stand still in the center and let it shape my mind. Because the strongest forms of strength are forged where no one sees, in fires without witnesses that burn. The work beneath the surface, nothing moves where they can see it. No signs, no noise, no proof. The world only knows the stillness, not the depth of the truth. I learned to work where it's quiet, where effort has no sound, where roots grow deep in darkness and never ask to be found. While they wait for visible progress, I'm shaping what won't break. Every silent hour I invest is a foundation I create. The surface stays calm and empty, but below it's alive. Every doubt I refuse to follow is a reason I survive. The work beneath the surface is slow and it is real. It doesn't chase attention, it teaches how to feel. I build where no one praises, I grow where no one knows. I strengthen what will hold me when the pressure finally shows. There were days I questioned everything when nothing seemed to change, but patience taught me vision and silence taught me range. I stopped needing confirmation, stopped measuring my pace. I trusted the unseen structure I was putting into place. The world only counts what's visible, only measures what they see. But the strongest parts of me were built where no one could reach. The work beneath the surface is heavy on the soul. It asks for full surrender and complete control. Not control of others' opinions or outcomes I can't own, but control of my reactions when I'm standing alone. One day the ground will shift and what's hidden will arise. Not as noise, not as a moment, but as something solid and alive. They'll call it sudden progress, they'll say I move too fast. They won't know I was working in the silence of the past. The work beneath the surface is the reason I can stand. When everything above me shakes, I remain exactly where I am. And even if they never notice, even if no one knows, I'll keep building in the quiet where the strongest power grows. Oh. Good morning, stronger hand. The morning comes without mercy. No softness in the light. The air cuts through my chest like it's asking me to fight. I stand before the world wakes up, before excuses form, before comfort finds my name. I step into the storm. Cold mornings shape the silence. They teach my breath to stay. They harden every promise I was tempted to delay. I move slow, but I move steady. No rush, no wasted sound. Each action holds intention. Each step is firmly bound. My hands are learning weight from things I choose to carry. Not from what was handed to me, but from what I made necessary. Cold mornings, stronger hand. This is how the work begins. With discipline over desire and patience over wins. The ground remembers my footsteps. The dark remembers my face. I've been here every morning, holding time and place. The mirror shows no celebration, no proof of what I've done. Only quiet consistency and a war that's never won. But I know the difference forming in the way I hold my spine, in the calm that lives inside me, in the strength that doesn't shine. Cold mornings
teach me limits and how to pass them clean. Yeah, they strip away the weakness I didn't know was seen. I don't wait to feel inspired, I don't wait to feel ready. I show up with my breath and bones and make the rhythm steady. Some days the cold feels endless, some nights the body aches, but every repetition is a promise that I keep. Cold mornings, stronger hands. This is where I'm made. In the hours no one claims, and the price I'm willing to pay. One day the world will feel the weight of what these mornings built, but I won't explain the process or the patience or the guilt, because strength doesn't need a witness and growth doesn't make a sound. It's born in cold unspoken hours where discipline is found. Cold morning, stronger hands, that's how I learned to stand. I left without explaining. I left without explaining. Not because I didn't care, but because every word I tried to use collapsed in the air. Some journeys can't be translated, some reasons can't be shared. If I stayed to make it clearer, I would have stayed impaired. So I folded my voice into silence, packed my doubts in my name, closed the door behind the version of me that was tired of the same. I didn't run from the damage, I walked toward the truth. I needed space to rebuild myself without being reduced. There were questions I never answered and eyes I couldn't meet, but I chose the weight of solitude over the comfort of defeat. I left without explaining, so I could finally hear the sound of my own direction without the noise of fear. The nights were long and empty, the mornings cold and slow, but in that quiet repetition I learned how to grow. No one clapped, no one noticed, no one tracked my pain, but every unseen decision was breaking an old chain. I learned that distance is medicine when used with steady hands, and that healing doesn't need witnesses to finally understand. I left without explaining, and the guilt tried to follow, but I kept walking forward into days that felt hollow, until the hollow became space, and the space became strength, and the strength became something that could finally stand. Now I move with intention, I speak when it's true.
I no longer beg to be understood by people I outgrew. If you still wonder why I vanished, if the silence feels unkind, know I was protecting the future that I was trying to find. I left without explaining, so I wouldn't betray the man I was becoming by staying the same.